Shalom and welcome to 2 Minutes of Torah. This year is entitled Har Habayit number 33, an introduction to the concept of identifying the Makom Mikdash, identifying the place of the Holy of Holies, etc. Can we do that or not? We've learned in the previous Shirim the various opinions, whether we could go up or not, even if we know the exact place. Do we say maybe there's gezerot and there's restrictions and there's dangers, and even if he could know the right place, he won't go to the mikveh properly, he won't count properly, he will go properly, others will learn from him and not do the mikveh properly, others will do mikveh properly, they go to the wrong place. Do we have all the different decrees or no? We stay with the original halachot, and if it's technically mutter, then go. And try to treat the Yam with respect. Teach them as needed, but you don't make a gzera on a gzera, another decree on another decree. So we've learned in the previous year, but now the question is, how do we know? Can we know where the Makom Hamikdash is? Can we know where the Holy of Holies is and avoid that? Can we know where the Holy is, the Kodesh, the Lam, the Heichal? Can we know where the Azara is and avoid all those areas? And then even if there's Ezra Nashim, which is also also from the rabbis, even though a person is only Tamei Meit, that he went to the mikveh for everything else. And then there's the Chel, protective area around the Ezra Nashim and around, according to many sheets, around all of the Azara. So can we really know what's what? There's been so much war and destruction over the years, we just cannot know it. Maybe that's when we'll argue. A very famous source in this topic is from about 1500, about 500 years ago in the 1500s, the Radvaz Tafresh Tzadi Aleph, where he writes that the Dome of the Rock, where the assumption is the Dome of the Rock. What rock is it? The Even HaShasiyah. That is the rock, the famous rock discussed in the Mishnayot. And on that rock, what rested the Aron, and that was the area of the Kodesh, Kodoshim, the Holy of Holies. And the Radvaz says, once we have that tradition, that they built their mosque over our Kodesh Kodoshim, the Holy of Holies, and some basic measurements really can help us so much. And we can have an idea where we could go, where we cannot go, even if we don't know the exact inch how far we could go, because there's machlokas of what an amma is, what the measurement is, but we could be strict and be extra careful. As long as we have a clear starting point that rock, in the dome of the rock, is the Even Shasi, the foundation stone. The Aron was on top of that, and then we could work from there based on all the Mishnayot and the measurements in Mishnayot Mido. We talk about the different measurements of the temple. So if everyone accepted this Radvaz, it would be easy. The Mincha Yitzchak is not so quick to accept this. He says there's some questions, some contradictions. It's not a simple tshuva at all, and therefore it's not a tshuva that one can rely on. The Mincha Yitzchak writes this in volume Hey, the 5th volume, Siman Aleph, and he says it's not something to rely on. The Tshuva Banagot, the Rav Sternbach, in the Moadim Uzmanim, Chela Gimel, page Ayin Zayin, he says it's not so simple simply to reject it. On the other hand, if there's a Masorah that Gedolim had, that maybe it's accurate, but to work our way from that area, to know exactly where to go, where not to go, not ready to do that. And then on the other hand, you have Rabbi Kiva Eger and the Chassam Sofer in the early 1800s, where their only question was not, can we know the Makom of the Mizbeach, where to build the Mizbeach? When they wanted to, when the question came to them, when Tzvi Kalisha said to Chassam Sofer, to Rabbi Kiva Eger, maybe we should bring Korbanot. They said, well, what about the Kohen issue? What about Beganim, Tuma? Those are the issues they discussed, and they came out that really is room based on that as well. They didn't mention the issue of what? Of Makom Mikdash. So there's been a debate of how much can we rely on the Radvaz in this area, where some say, yeah, we can rely on 100%, and work our measurements from there, and then we can know all these precise places, while Minchas Yitzchak and others are not ready to go hook, line, and sinker and accept this Radvaz and paskin by it. Which leaves us with a very big safek, a big question. Yetz Hashem, in the future shiurim, we'll analyze different aspects of the Har Habayit, what's going on up there, and can we see some parallel between what's going on in Har Habayit today and the Mishnayot in Midot, and see, maybe we could have some understanding into this topic. Shalom.